Here, CJ, what are all these people doing? What are they doing?
Weidman, where will you be training for this fight?
Where will I be training?
Yes.
Same place, Garden City, Commercial Avenue, Ray Longo's gym. We're actually going to be co-owning it together coming up. So I guess it's my gym too. Also at Matt Serra's gym, also at Henry Green's gym.
Well, first things first, I gotta say congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
Now you got the big fight again, the rematch. Now, how you see this one going down?
I expect a war just like I expected in the last one. You hope for a finish. It's just kind of the way I think of every single fight. It helps me train harder. But if I train for a finish, then all of a sudden it's a war. You're not going to be in the right place. Your mindset's not going to be in the right place. So.
How did you get involved in the world of MMA?
I started off as a wrestler, trying out for the 2008 Olympics. I ended up getting hurt before the trials. Kind of wanted to find a way to support my family. I was getting my master's degree at Hofstra University, and it was kind of like all these wrestlers are doing good with the. You want to take it? All right, say bye. This is your big day. Here we go. Say bye. Bye. Say bye. Wow, he's the best. All right, there you go. Slash knife, wife. All right, so where was I again? I'm sorry.
So you started off in wrestling and.
Started first wrestling. Got injured for the Olympics, and then it was kind of like I felt like athletically I was at the peak of my career. I felt like I was athletic and had a lot of potential, and I didn't want it to go to waste. I don't want to just wake up and I'm 40 and wish I did something that it's too late. So I had to find something that I could provide for my family doing as far as athletically. And I always kind of felt like I was a fighter at heart. Felt like I was meant to do that, and MMA was the way to do it. So.
How many amateur fights you had pretty much before you went into the pro world or UFC?
0. Wow. 0.
How much has your life changed that you went about this?
I guess it's changed a pretty decent amount. I'm able to get out of the house that got hit by Hurricane Sandy, and I'm able to buy a new house in Dix Hill, still in Long Island. But I'm leaving the South Shore, which is hard for me. So it's going to be nice to be organized. We're kind of clustered up in there, cluttered. And so it's going to be nice to have a house where I actually have, home, space where I can put stuff. So
you feel like you're recognized more now?
Yeah, definitely recognized more. A lot of people coming out of the woodwork, people I don't know, have business ideas for me, and stuff like that. So that's stuff I got to kind of be able to kind of get through because I'm usually just a nice guy. Someone comes with me and stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, sounds good. They're like, oh, can you do this, that? And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm in. And next thing I know, I forget about it, and then I'm like obligated to do all these things I forgot about.
So after this big fight, is there anyone specifically on your radar that you would love to get into the octagon with?
Only person right now is so that's what I'm worried about. After that, we'll take it from there. There's a lot of good guys in the division. There's good guys at 205. Whatever UFC wants to make happen, and what the fans want to see is I'm down.
What's the mentality going into this fight where you're trying not to do something, whereas the first time you're trying to do something?
I don't see me not trying to lose. I'm not trying to lose something this time. I still feel like I have to gain. Every fight is just a huge step forward. So it's just a lot to do in every aspect. Not really. I think Anderson Silva, I knew he was great. I think he still was great. I'm sure he's going to be extra motivated for this next fight. So I'm prepared for that.
Next week we're going to get your what?
I did get phys ed. I got psychology undergrad at Hofstra, and I got my master's in phys ed. I got my associate's degree too, liberal arts, master's.
Just speaking to Anderson a few minutes ago, asked him about reviewing the tape, and I asked him if he thinks he has you down, if that's pretty much all there is to see about you, and he kind of smiled and said, "Yeah."
Yeah, at first I don't take anything as he says it is, the full truth or whatever. He just says kind of whatever comes to his mind. That doesn't bother me. I have a lot. I know I haven't shown it in a fight yet. I have a lot of things I do in the gym, and I'm still working on gaining confidence in the ring. And for this fight, there could be a lot of new things.
If you lose this time, do you feel it kind of undoes the upset? Because a lot of people are looking at it like if he was dropping his hands, and so like if you lose here, you feel like that kind of takes away from the upset.
Yeah, I'm not losing it. I'm not. So that's what I'm saying.
Have you seen the tapes?
Oh yeah, I've seen the tapes. I watched like the first 2 weeks after the fight. I watched it a lot. Since then, I haven't really watched it many times, but I watched it.
Have you seen anything that you can see in the tapes? The upset again?
Yeah, I mean, I see. Obviously, I found a way to beat him last time. I see a lot of ways I could beat him. I'm very just critical of myself. I felt like, I had a year off last time. I had 2 surgeries back-to-back. Hurricanes. There was a lot of things that were going on behind the scenes that I just know I'm going to be in a lot better place.
Are there any other fights?
I have a follow-up on something you just said. You said upset like that. I want to know in your mind when you hear something like that, what goes through it?
It doesn't, there's a lot of things out there. Anderson Silva's been in the game so much longer than me. He's accomplished so much more than I have. He's done a lot of great things for the sport and for the UFC. So he deserves that type of respect. I can't believe that he actually was the first time. They don't want to believe that he was the second.
I also know that you went through a lot before the first fight. You had a long way off, you had an injury, and you had a hurricane situation. But now you talk about being able to buy another home, being champion, obviously getting more money. Seeing this side of it, I asked him about where he is now. We talked about being still one of the most important things as he's gotten older. Winning this fight, and I know you guys want to talk about the belt, important to continue to make this kind of money. How motivating a factor is that?
Yeah, the money is very motivating. There's a lot of pride that goes into just winning fights, but now the money being an aspect that is absolutely huge. Way for me to provide for my family, way for me to send my family as well. So there's a lot of motivation with that. I came from a background where I never was good about money. Never expected to have much money in my life. I gave up on the fact that I was going to be rich sometime like college probably. But it didn't happen. I don't see any way to it happen. I was fine. I just wanted to be able to live a life comfortably at some point, find a way to become so to be in the spot now where I can make real money and be able to set myself up early in my life for the future is definitely a motivation factor. Just reading that dream come true.
And lastly, we all knew of you, in this fight, the first fight, it was the knockout. We saw your hands. What we didn't see, and what a lot of people didn't see or maybe don't know about you, is your other skills. Are we going to see, have we yet to see the best Chris Weidman?
Yeah, I think so. I think for sure you haven't seen Chris Weidman. I have a lot of good stuff that I practice and have the opportunity to demonstrate on the field. I'm so young in the sport, just a lot of stuff happens.
Do you have other ways to win this fight? You should think that only go by knocking.
Oh yeah. This is something known as the knockout already. Guys. So my wrestling and jiu-jitsu is a big way for me to win this fight.
For being in there with him, and he's 38, you're still rising in the sport. He's closer to the end of his career. Do you feel you've seen pretty much all what you know and prepare for Anderson? When he says the new Anderson's coming, realistically, how do you think there's many new wrinkles he could bring to the rematch?
He's in there every time he fights. He's had so many fights at this point. Every time he's in there, I think he's as creative as he can be. He's very relaxed. I expect unexpected, man. I'm always, every time I go with sport, I'm not really too worried about what they're doing. I'm worried about what I'm doing. So honestly, it doesn't matter. I know people are like, now they're angry and this is Silva, the serious Anderson, and this stuff might be coming out. If you think that intimidates me or it makes me feel, or it makes me second guess myself at all, it's just not where my mind's at.
Hey Chris, now, are you studying any other fights of Silva? Have you watched any other fights from him that you're studying to get ready for this fight?
Not really. No, I haven't really watched any of his fights. Before this last one, I watched a couple of them, but not really in depth. Just kind of get an idea of what he does, and then train what I do. My coaches watch a lot of the tape and stuff like that. My coaches study more than me, and they train me the way they want to train me, tell me what they want me to do, and that's it.
Who have you been sparring with, training with, getting ready for this fight?
Who did I spend time with sparring with? A lot of different guys. We had some Olympic level boxers, kickboxers. We had my man John Blantes in the UFC, so he was my main training partner. Wonder Boy Thompson we brought in, who has a lot of flashy kicks, more karate style. Very creative. We brought him in for that. And we had some good jiu-jitsu guys. Some guys that good at throwing triangles, some longer guys. We have guys like that too.
Chris, a couple last words for your fans worldwide and Poland everywhere. A couple last words.
Poland?
Yes, sir.
No, I appreciate all the support. this next fight is going to be huge. Could be one of the biggest fights in UFC history. I'm excited to be able to be in an environment like that, to shine and showcase my skills.
Chris, you mentioned something earlier, and I want to follow up on it. You mentioned that after this fight, you want to defend the title, or even possibly at 205. And it's not the first time you've mentioned that, or fight at 205 if the promotion wants you to do that. Do you see your future at 205, and if so, how long do you think you can stay at 185?
No, 85 is easy. It's not hard for me to make at all. It's just a kind of a normal weight cut that probably the majority of the guys go through. The only reason I say 205 is because people have mentioned it, and I'm the type of guy who just loves the best challenges at the time. I want to fight guys who people don't think I can beat, because I feel like I have a lot to prove still. So that motivates me, and I know there's guys at 205 that people think can't be beat, and I'd love to go up there.
Would that be John Jones?
Yeah, that would probably be the one.
Ray Longo and
What's that?
Before that being talked about financial. How comfortable are you now in this role, being in front, on top of the billboards, being the champ, and sort of all that obligation?
I'm pretty comfortable with it now. In the beginning when I first started getting kind of in the limelight, you want to act a certain way. You want to kind of have people think of you in a certain way, in a certain light. But you start to realize that no matter what you do or say, there's going to be people that people like you, they don't. So I just be myself. There's nothing. I don't think about what I'm going to say before I get up here or something like that. I honestly just get up here and just give them my heart, anything that comes to my mind and say. And whether people hate it or not, there's no reason I'm speaking.
You fought Anderson once, with him, obviously, you've had experience going into that first fight. Once you've been in the cage, how fast, how quick, whatever, how much of that is
You're saying after fighting one time, knowing how fast?
A lot of times you have to fail. I didn't expect you to hit that hard. You can't really train for that. But having been in the ring now for 7, 8 months,
I just knew, there was always, we brought in guys that were fast and quick, and in the back of your head, they really, can they kind of really emulate him? And in some respects, they couldn't, but in a lot of respects, they could. As far as speed and stuff like that, I saw everything coming in, nothing that he threw at me that was like, oh, that was out of nowhere. Everything he did was, he was creative, but it was something that I was aware of.
being in the limelight, becoming the champion can change a lot of fighters. They become cocky, get a big head, train less, have a lot of yes men around them. How does Ray Longo and Matt Serra keep you grounded as a person?
Oh yeah, first off, it starts with my family. They won't let me just become a big-headed guy who just thinks of me. So I don't know if that's the right word, but whatever. I just have a lot of people around me that have been there since the beginning. They know who I really am, and if they see me changing at all, they just put me in my place. It's just not happening.
Because I can see those guys working twice as hard. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, they're not playing games. They're not letting me walk around like I'm some type of god or something like that.
Just busting your chops.
Oh yeah, I get made fun of just like everybody else gets made fun of in the gym, and I expect that I make fun of them back. So it's all good.
Chris, you're an athlete. You've been an athlete pretty much your whole life. So you majored in psychology. What was the choice to go into psychology and leave business today?
I think in the beginning it was kind of just, I needed to find a major. I didn't know what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And then once I started getting into psychology at Oxford, I started actually liking it, and the classes were cool, and I felt like it was. I didn't realize it was going to benefit me really into like sport. I didn't even think of that. It was kind of just something to do. But now after taking it and being where I'm at, it's helped me a lot.
How's it helped you, being an athlete, understanding psychology?
Just understanding the winner's mindset, understanding the right way to be thinking. Understand that some things that come to your mind before taking a psychology class, I might have just thought were abnormal and something specific to me, but after taking psychology, I understand that it's just a normal, just human nature, some of the things, doubts and different things like that, and understand how to battle them.
One of the reasons why Dana said that you were able to get in with Anderson the way that you did is because you weren't scared of him. What are some of the things that you do to kind of train your mind before you go into a fight?
You got doubts that come with your mind, just push them out. You got to be mentally strong enough to win your self-talk, and that's really that's the biggest thing. And that's actually not the biggest thing. The biggest thing is to work hard every single day, because without that, I wouldn't be able to win those self-talk arguments that you have. So work hard every day, outwork everybody in the room, and then that becomes easier to truly believe in myself and believe that no matter what, I'm going to beat myself. I'm going to go in there. I'm not going to be afraid of him because I think I'm not as good as him.
What was Chris Weidman Day like?
It was the best day of the year, July 17th. Yeah, that was awesome. You know, getting a date named after you in my county. You know, I'm born and raised in Long Island, born and raised in Nassau County, and for them to have a date named after me, it couldn't be a bigger honor. It's surreal. That's a weird thing.
When you fought Anderson, you were walking through a lot of his punches, but you ate a lot of kicks. Are you going to block those kicks this time?
Yeah, I plan on that. You know, that's one thing that actually was shocking in that fight. I gave me some nice leg kicks. I just, for that camp, I didn't really have anybody throwing leg kicks at me. We thought that if he was going to throw leg kicks, he was probably going to be worried about getting taken down, so he wouldn't throw them too much. So me checking them didn't come second nature in that fight. I just didn't expect it. He doesn't really throw that much leg kicks in any of his fights, so just threw me off a little bit, especially me being a wrestler. But this next fight, I will be prepared.
Did they hurt?
At the time, I just knew no. Sorry, I didn't. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, no, this is killing me. No, at the time, it was just more like, I better start checking these because I know eventually they're gonna head up. But after the fight, it hurt.
He's had some weird, like, 80s martial arts icons in his corner, or he wants in his corner. If you could have any, weird martial arts or action hero in your corner, who would you have?
I'll take Chuck Norris.
He wanted Chuck Norris.
Oh, he wanted Chuck
Yeah.
Norris? All right, he'll take Chuck Norris. He's older than me. I'll go with Superman.
Superman?
Yeah, I'll take Superman.
All right, that works. You're all American.
That's right. Me and Superman.
Spider-Man versus Superman.
That's right. I like that. That's it. That should be the headline.
I know you're focused on Silva in the rematch, but have you given any thought to the rest of the middleweight division? Who's coming up? Who you could potentially face?
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot of good guys coming up. You just go down the list of ranked guys and all tough guys. So I think they'll pose challenges. We'll see where we're at after this fight.
You were involved with the Sandy Relief